Good morning, and it's the last Monday of the month. Wow, where did July even go? Can't quite believe that one yet. So, happy Monday, everybody. Beautiful sunny day here in the East Midlands, I think across the whole of the UK and beyond. I'm Karen Curtin, social media trainer. And I thought we'd kick off today's live with a few things that are frequently asked questions actually that came up as part of my Athena meeting. Our lovely regional director Vicky Stanton said to everybody, "Why don't you put some questions in the Zoom chat? Because even though we are a Nottinghamshire group, we meet on Zoom, but we have coffee catch ups in between the Zoom meetings." And it was quite interesting because it was sort of questions we put in the chat for each other about things you might not really want to ask. So I thought, let's kick off today with some questions that people asked me in that chat. I thought might be a bit fun to do that for a change. And then I'm going to talk about what we've learned from our Olympians so far, because aren't we proud getting our first medal on Saturday morning? So questions that I get asked don't get asked actually, because I don't know, it's because people don't like to ask. How much do you charge? There's a big one, isn't it? We're very British about that. And my charges vary depending on what you want to do with me. So if you want to work one-to-one, right now is the best time to work with me because I've extended the launch offer for my power hours. Power hour is an hour of one-to-one tailored training. In fact, I've got one this afternoon. Usually that's £147. More cost effective if you book a block. So I've got one lady's the 3/5 of the way through 5 power hours, which we've stretched over a period of time to support her learning. But at the moment, if you want a one-off power hour, it's £117. One of the other questions I get asked is, do you do other people's social media? And yes, I do. I am a trained social media manager. That's very different to paying a virtual administrator to just post your content regularly. And if it's something you want to ask questions about, drop me a message. Happy to chat anytime, because actually doing social media and being somebody's social media manager, their ambassador for their business, is quite time consuming. And unfortunately, because a lot of virtual administrators offer a sort of service, what happens is it devalues it. So that's another question that I get asked. How else can I learn from you? Well, I have two programs. One which is social media for trainers and coaches. Can't even say it today. Which we're in the middle of. I run two cohorts. Currently, run two cohorts of that a year. And then I have social media for grown-ups, which is specifically for women in business who are overwhelmed, unsure about social media. And the next one of those starts in October. There are other ways in which I work with my clients. Sometimes I am asked to go into an organization and train somebody up to be their in-house social media ambassador, expert, whatever you want to call it. And the other string to the bow is social media strategy and planning, which I do quite a lot of with organizations and individuals. So just a little bit about some of the things I can do, but it's all there on the shiny new website. Jump over and have a look, curitinconsulting.co.uk. So today's Monday musings are all about what can we learn from our Olympians. And actually, one of the things I really took watching Adam Peaty's interview, and that's what I particularly want to focus on this morning. I thought he's had a pretty rough ride, and the press haven't always been kind to him. But actually, last night, what I saw and what he said, he was crying, but there were tears of happiness. And I thought that's wonderful because we are here. It's a bit deep for a Monday, but a short time, and we have to be happy. Do what fills you with joy. Absolutely. And the reason he came back was, and actually Tom Daly later today is coming back because his son wants to see his dad dive. And seeing Adam Peaty, as a mum, reunited with his son after his race yesterday really moved me profoundly. But above all, what our Olympians have is commitment. They are so focused, whether it's a team sport. Andy Murray and Dan Evans yesterday, wasn't that amazing? That was incredible to watch them. Tenacity, absolutely 100%, but commitment, dedication, all of those things. And actually, as a small business owner, we need to have all of those skills in spades. And that's one of the things actually one of my clients said to me last week, and she's just referred me to another lovely lady. She said one of the things she loved about working with me is I kept her accountable. And Olympians have coaches to keep them accountable. And sometimes I will work with clients in this exact capacity, is checking in with them. Have you done this? How did that go? What can we do differently? Do you need to change your strategy, your plan? Just like you would if you were in the heats of a race. You would say, in fact, one of the guys yesterday, one of the British swimmers said it. He said, I need to review my strategy for the final tomorrow. And they said, what's your strategy going to be? He said, I can't tell you that. But actually, as business owners, we're constantly reviewing our strategy. We should be. We need to be agile. We need to be creative. And all of these things are characteristics that our wonderful Olympians who've worked so hard to get where they are now. And thank the Lord the weather improved after Friday night. That was awful, wasn't it? But actually, all of those characteristics to be a successful sportsman or woman, we need to embody all of those as business person. I don't necessarily feel like showing up here every single Monday, but I do because it's a commitment. I make a commitment to my clients, even if I'm not feeling great. Last week, I'll share with you, I was recovering from COVID, I think. Wasn't very well and actually made a mistake on a session I was delivering. But people are intrinsically kind, and that's one thing we need to remember. And sometimes putting yourself out there. In fact, one of my clients said to me, she private messaged me and said, I'm not sure if I should be saying something like this on LinkedIn. I'm happy saying it on Facebook, on Instagram, sorry. And I said, absolutely fine. And I think there is that we have this chimp that sits on our shoulder saying, oh, I don't know whether you should be doing that. Do you know, I think take a step back, reflect when you're planning your content for this week. Sorry, Lulu's just decided to join me. When you look at your content for this week, if you're mapping out your content as I do every Monday, is this hitting the right note? Is it the right messaging? Is the tone of voice appropriate for your perfect clients? All of those things we need to take into consideration. So I've waffled on for long enough today. I'll be back next Monday morning with more top tips and hints. And in the meantime, if you want to have a chat about your social media challenges, then just private message me. It'd be great to speak to you. Take care and have a wonderful week.